Hey, what's going on? It's Joey Myers from the Hitting Performance Lab, and in this video we're going to go over the hiding hands variance drill. I'm going to show you how the drill is done first, and then we'll go over a few key points. Now, again, echoing a lot of the other videos, how we do this is a 5-swing round. Odd swings, we are going to hide the hands from the pitcher, and even swings, we're not going to hide the hands from the pitcher, or most likely do what the hitter's normally doing. So here's what hiding the hands looks like in the drill. So odd swings, you can see that the hands go from here is where pitcher could see the hands to pitcher can't see the hands now. Okay, then on the even swings, we are not going to hide the hands. Now we're practicing it wrong and right because we want the hitter to understand when they do it wrong, just like this. Okay, we want them to understand that when they do it wrong, they understand what they did, instead of they knowing they did it wrong but not knowing what they did wrong. All right, so a couple key points. When we get into this position of hiding the hands, we want to make sure we keep a slight bend in the front elbow. Do not let your hitters extend their arm and get into a early arm bar, because what that's going to do is that's going to hurt them on inside and high pitches where reaction time is a lot less. So a slight bend in the front arm so that we can turn faster if we need to. The other thing is I tell my hitters that they want to have like a boxer's knockout punch position. If I were to take the bat out of my top hand and keep my top hand in the same position that it's in right here with holding the bat, but I just take my bat out of there, that position with the hand, I ask my hitter, if you had to knock me out, your life depended on it. If you didn't knock me out, I was going to knock you out. Would you feel confident with the position that your hand's in right now? And a lot of times, if their hand's out here, like it is when they're not hiding their hands, when their hand's out here, then they're not going to be as confident. They're going to want to feel like they need to load that hand up a little bit better back there. So we want our hitters to feel like they're going like a boxer when they land in the fight position or landing position. Want to feel like that they would have confidence in knocking their opponent out. The other thing that tends to be a little subjective is where do we position the hands? High, medium, or low. High is maybe up above, or the top hand peeks out above the shoulder. The hands, the top hand is more in line with the shoulder, or the top hand is below the shoulder. Now, any one of those work. Whatever is more comfortable for the hitter. Now, if we get extremes, so the hands are way up here, and that's no good. If the hands are way down here, that's no good. We need to have somewhat of a close range, maybe a fist's length from, or height, from the top position, the medium position, and the low position, if that makes sense. So wherever the hitter is comfortable, let them work it out. Okay, let them experiment with it. The absolute is that the hands are hiding. Okay, obviously if they're higher, they're not really hiding, but that's hiding. We're talking about in this kind of a reference here, not out here, right? They're not. The hands aren't out here. The absolute is that they're hiding back here. The last thing is I want my hitters. I always say that. I want them to imagine they're an archer that's loosing an arrow, or they're pulling the arrow back in the bowstring. They're pulling it back, and that's the kind of position that we want them to be in, or the feeling that we want them to be in. A lot of people call this the scap row, but a 7-year-old doesn't know what a scap row is. So we want them to understand that they're hiding the hands. A 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, my 2-year-old understands what hiding his hands means. So we want the cue to stick. And when we say scap row, that's more of an advanced term that possibly a pro hitter would get, and not all the time. All right. So this is the drill of hiding the hands variance.